Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Surprised it went for after the blink, honestly. That's a little thing to do. So Non-Grata is just not scared of this troll as well. He's just staring him down. Come at me, dude.
I do like that Winstrike are playing this top half of the map. Yeah, you see Ramses puts a circle around. Like, he knows they're all there, but with the Roche spawning soon, like, they have the trap in the pit ready to give vision. They really want to play around this second Aegis timing. You know, they're going to have the cheese available as well for their other core.
Atos once again, the Fate Ball onto Solo nearly forces out that borrowed time. Into like 440 HP. Needs to be down at 400 for that to trigger.
The VP push forward there. They understand how big having vision on that cliff is now that the Roche is spawning as well. Yeah, it's actually up. So
it is indeed.
They really need to take control back of their area in their top jungle. Push Winstrike back to their side.
Solo just throws his body into the pit to check it out, but there is nobody doing it right now. But he does see that Roshan has spawned. This is going to alert Virtus.pro to the fact that this is going to be the bone of contention for the next few minutes. Somebody needs to take this Roshan. This is pretty much the huge deciding point in who's going to be leading the game for the next while, as no one just comes charging in. The cast bouncing through, silence out onto the Witch Doctor as well. Drow trying to returning here as a Fisher comes through onto Lil. Keeping his distance. Kuman's in really deep here. He's got the BKB if he wants it, but he is disarmed, so doesn't want to throw it out just yet. Silent doing the damage onto the high ground. Ramsey's forced to use that ultimate early, but he is able to run down Non-Grata here with the Rolling Thunder to back him up. Kuman coming into the backline, so they're just trying to bring down Ramsey, but Ramsey actually brings out no fear. The damage is not enough from Kuman. He's not finding any pickups in this fight, and that's just going to be 2 heroes dead from Winstrike. They've had to buy back on the Tidehunter, who of course has that Ravage, as they're fighting off on the back. Pasha, yeah, he was ran round a little bit, but he's going to buy back as well. They know they can't give away Roshan just yet. Non-Grata thinking of staying in the pit, but realizing that's not really an option.
Still an echo up from Roger as well. They have to be so careful here on Winstrike. Especially when your Tide's brought back. If he dies again before he gets Ravage off, the game's going to get really difficult for, you know, VP just taking the second Aegis. And
absolutely.
This Roche is so important.
Oh, Atos is being used, just thrown across the deck here. They'll seem to be using it every time it's off cooldown just to get these shields out.
The side lanes, though, going in Winstrike's favour at the moment, especially this bot lane. It's going to start pushing in.
Thank you, Drow Ranger.
Yeah, this bot lane's going to start pushing in so hard.
And now they smoke. They say that someone's going to have to come for this. You see the drawings going on right now. That is Lil leading the charge. But VP, they're ready for it. They know this man. They know him inside out. They know exactly what he's going to do. And no one, he's running through the trees, coming around to the backline. BKB pop with the Echo Slam on top of it as well. It's very good from Roger. And they're following up with the damage as well. Kuman just trying to fight it up. They will bring down Lil. And now Kuman just has to run himself away. He's got no damage left, even with the double damage. He's not doing enough. The Ravage comes through on the back. Kuman trying to turn this one around for Ramsey. He gets waken up and he's just chasing them down. Kuman held still. Drow trying to do something, anything to turn it back around, but it is not looking good right now for Winstrike. They've lost 3. They're going to lose more as they come up onto the high ground, chasing down the Drow Ranger. Drow forced up, TP out. Is it going to happen? It might actually. Drow gets herself out, unbelievably, but all the same, it's pretty catastrophic for Winstrike here as they lose 3 heroes and they're going to lose the Roshan.
I mean, that fight's over as soon as no one gets that BKB off quickly, gets the link off, and Rogers just follows up with the Echo Slam. That was massive by him. And the best thing is he can commit with the Echo Slam and then pop this Ghost Scepter that he's bought second. And there's no magical damage on the side of the Dire, pretty much. It's only really this Rubik. So when he pops this Ghost Scepter, you know, Roger's pretty much invulnerable in the middle of these fights. Ooh.
Ding, 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 indeed. That's a lot of points in VP's favor now. 5k gold up. They have the Aegis. And they have a Troll Warlord who is looking rather tasty right now, reaching Dreamboat status.
We talked about the BKB being a big item on Razor. I didn't think it was going to have, you know, quite that much of an impact.
Yeah, that was huge. He was able to, like, run in, knowing that the Earthshake was going to follow up with him there, and just run at the wall. Pops a BKB, pops a static link onto Kuman. Kuman's fight is over. He can't do anything. He's got a double damage and he's still not hitting hard enough. They're trying to go onto Ramses here. Just taking away this Aegis would be nice, but he actually gets the interrupt onto No Fear, or maybe No Fear counts it to run away. I'm not too sure. Meanwhile, Lil does go down. That's a wrap around. No one just catching them on the sidelines. Looking towards Non-Grata as well. He's not got the static link, so Non-Grata does get forced up by the high ground. Thank you very much, Silent.
look at Razor as well at the moment. If you see his level 20 talent, picks up 10 armor, and he's going to build Achievers at the same time. So the sudden jump in armor that he's going to get this game is going to be huge to help him tank up. And he's going to be really difficult to bring down when he starts to look at the armor item.
Even against the Desolator from the and the Winstrike from the TA, it's you know, kind of does that.
Like, he has the Vlad Zora as well. There's so much armor stacking on VP coming up.
Winstrike, I think they're going to need a lot to turn this game around. They were ahead. VP just ran the clock down and finally waited until it was their time to roll.
TA is one of those heroes as well that doesn't scale particularly well into the late game. Like, it's not like it's you know, one of those snipers that we've seen before that kind of scales with damage items and things. You kind of hit your cap at around like this 30-35 minute mark. Strongest hero on the map, and then after that you see these big carries really starting to pull through, like the Troll, for example. So yeah, it's not looking good for Winstrike. All of a sudden, that big second Roche fight just going to be on the back foot now for a lot of time, it feels.
You know, it's Silent. He's been this Drow Ranger. He's been kind of getting the money, but it's just such a non-issue in these fights for Virtus.pro. It feels like they always have someone on top of the Drow just to cancel out this precision aura, this marksmanship, sorry, and basically just keep her locked down. She doesn't do any damage in these fights, even when there's nobody on top of her. To be honest, she's really not doing enough. Troll, Ato stuff thrown back. He's got himself a Satanic now as well, so the state of resistance coming into play with the Sanj and Yasha.
You talk about them getting on top of the Drow. Look at the gap close they have though with the Shaker, the Pango, like Razor's just running in. Like you said before, the Drow's a non-issue if like you can just get on top of her, and they have ways of doing it. So yeah, it feels like TA was the one that really had to be starting doing the damage this game, not the Drow. And
that's the thing, when you're against a Razor, you kind of need both, or you need ways to control up this Razor, and they don't seem to have it once the BKB comes out. But
it's the magical damage factor though as well. It's all physical, which allows VP to itemize so much easier, sorry, in other games. No one has the Shivas now as well. He is beefy. He has 45 armor. Or 43 now. Abaddon has a Buckler. The Vlad's on the Pango.
let's not forget, throughout it all, we still have this Ravage. I mean, there's no Blink, it's a Force Ravage, because Nongrala can find that initiation. They do have a long way to get their damage off. Oh no, goodbye, sir. Throws down the... what? Is he?
I think he was ensnared there, I'm not sure.
Oh, ensnared, okay, right. It looked like he was kind of weirdly trapped between the two fishes, but yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Pasha has mech as well for armor. So, Buckler and mech. This is... Gus?
Okay, it's doing a bit to Rams. He's getting him sort of low here, down to about half HP, but yeah, Baden's just going to spam out this miscall from behind with that level 15 talent as well. Makes it so much better. Scales very nicely with that. As also done from Kuman there, but now the ultimate popped by Ramses. Kuman all by himself, but he can drag the... Wait.
Oh.
You just get drawn to creeps somehow. I don't know.
Got drawn to the tower. I had to walk around the creeps.
No, there's a tier 2 tower up there. It wasn't the tower.
Decent hold from Winstrike though.
Yeah. I feel like they could have abused Ramsey a little bit more there, but of course with that Aegis, he's a really tricky hero to initiate on, especially when you can't have a tab on the Earthshaker. You don't want to jump on top of the troll just to get Echo Slammed.
Okay, so
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
if you say, what other armor items can we build? So Solo's building a medallion. I'd be very surprised if Troll didn't build like a butterfly or an AC or something here, with some kind of physical mitigation damage as well. Courier for the Pango. Oh, that's the Greaves. So
Greaves finally finished. Yeah, it's a very late Greaves from Pangolier, but with the science that's coming out from the Drow.
He's not had a huge amount of farm this game though. The way this game's played out for VP is that they were behind for quite a lot, so they had to distribute their farm more between their two big cores, between the Razor and the Troll, and so Pango kind of had to play a little bit of a more sacrificial. I'm basically just going to go and try and shove out waves instead.
Yeah.
Not take the safe farm away from my other two cores. So he's not quite as farmed as he was last game, but he's still doing okay.
TP's coming in, Winstrike, they're smoked up, they're looking for some action, they're going to see Solo. I mean, it's a pickoff, it's maybe not the pickoff, but with Ramsey's coming in as well, and Nongrada's in a really weird place right now. They will be able to finish off Solo, but he just buys back straight into this one. The Deathward doing a fair amount to push Ramsey's and no one back. Kuman trying to fight off on the front lines here, but he's getting static linked. His damage is disappearing quickly. He needs to get himself out. And there's nobody here to help him. There's Drow. Okay, there comes a Ravage. They'll be able to bring down Ramsey. He's got no Aegis. It just ran out, and now they can look towards no one as well. Well, they have the damage to run him through, though, as Nongrada is just going to get blown up. But Silent, he's hitting in from the sidelines, and he's doing a lot. And Kuman trying to come in. He's still got the damage taken off him, though, so he's just not doing enough to stand. It's about to run off. Silent Link is now gone. The Fisher holds back 2. No one connects onto Nongrada here, trying to bring down the Tide Hunter. Tide onto the high ground. Nice 4-star pop as they rock around the back and kill off Roger. No one realizing the spy is over. Is trying to get himself out. They try and do the damage, but it's nowhere near enough to bring down the Razor. Pasha, he can swashbuckle up into the high ground, and it looks like Winstrike will take the victory now. So again, the swing coming right the way back. Of course, still gold, plenty in VP's favor, but Winstrike can start to look to control out this map and maybe push themselves towards winning this game.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a long way off, but it's certainly getting possible. 2
big things to mention about that fight. The Ravage from Nongrata was awesome. Like, he clipped it just as the BKB ended on the Troll, I think it was, or was it might have been the Razor. And then the second thing is look at the vision that they have on the dire side in that fight. They've got the one up on the cliff, and they've got the one next to the shrine as well. So the whole of that fight, they see absolutely everything. Like, they can.
Was that the Rubik or was that No Fear? I think that was No Fear, right?
Fear, what, putting the ward down?
Yeah.
It was No Fear. Like, the one on the cliff was already there. It's about to time out now, but he put the one next to the shrine down in the middle of the fight.
And there's this one here by the Radiance. It's a very small ward in comparison, but yeah, total domination on the vision game from Winstrike, and that does make the difference, especially when you got the Drow. And you could see Winstrike taking advantage of that as well. You know, they knew they had the vision, they knew they had the advantage, they had the sentry down as well, so they're just playing around all the trees around here and just kind of staying out of VP's sight. It's a very frustrating fight, it must have felt like for them.
Yeah, I mean, Troll's really struggling to get his damage off at the moment as well, because there's a Hurricane Pike on both the cores of the Winstrike side. So when that BKB runs out on the Troll, he's not really able to just run and get on top of them, especially when Roger didn't even use his Echo Slam in that last fight. It's up to this Earthshaker to be able to enable the Troll to get his damage off. Roger has to be really careful with his positioning and spell usage this game.
Look at No Fear and Nongrada. It's kind of sticking to this high ground right now. They've got the traps to kind of back them off here, but they do get caught out. I can't really see them surviving.
They actually went MKB on Troll. Okay. I mean, there's butterflies. There's a butterfly out on the Drow.
Stay in the Roche pit. Stay in the Roche pit. Stay in the Roche pit. Yeah, Ramsey. No.
Oh, come on.
That's a game end. That's game end pressing the button exactly right there. I mean, they've got control of the area. They're going to check it again. Now they see it's up. Do they start? That's the question. Yes, they do. The Troll. They see it with the traps. They know the Roshan is being attempted right now. I think they need to go and fight this.
The observer ward on the top side of the Roshan pit sees anything coming from the
pressure shot as well. It would be great for Nongrada to grab that. It's just running into the Troll wall right now. Does need to be careful as he's kind of forced himself up into the high ground. That's not going to work. They're going to try and use a death ward, but Nongrada, he's forced to use that Ravage, and he's just going to get run down all the same as the BKB from the Razor is used. Meanwhile, Pasha, he's just trying to control up the 2 carries, and now they get the Echo Slam. There's a 2 cores held still. Swashbuckle comes through them with the Fisher as well. Drow trying to go one way, TA trying to go the other, but Silence brought down. Kuman still has a bit of health left to work with, and the Cask is doing a great job at holding them back. Winstrike, they're going to get away with the life of Kim O'Reilly. Have I spoken too soon? Roger gets lifted just as the Fisher comes off cooldown. Nice job from Lil there. Quick turnaround. And Winstrike will escape with 3 of their heroes. But still, the Drow is dead. They've got no Ravage. No buyback on the Tide either. So this means Roshan will certainly be going the way of VP.
Yeah, unfortunately, Nongrata misjudged the distance there. Like you saw, went to 4 stuff up the cliff and didn't quite make it.
No.
He's like clawing onto it and just lets and just falls down. Poor guy. He was trying to hold on to the Ravage for as long as he could.
Yeah.
To try and force out BKBs, but Kaiti's not there available, unfortunately, when you don't get the 4 staff off.
Lil says, no, you can't come into our base. We'll close the door. Which doesn't last too long. The disarm, the bash as well. Templar Assassin, instant trouble as Rolling Thunder comes through. They're going to be able to pick off Kuman. Kuman has the buyback. Lil just trying to doing his best here as he places the wall to block off Pasha, I think. They're picking this one creep, the one creep that's alive on their high ground. And they kill it, but unfortunately it's just a little bit too late as they're onto the racks now. Virtus.pro looking to clean up some buildings. They've got the buyback on the TA, but the bash onto Lil. Rubik, he's going to get finished off under the tier 3 tower.
I always forget how ridiculous
No buyback on
Rubik.
Again. TA buys back. They can't do this without the Ravage though, and it's still 40 seconds. I mean, VP are going to take the bait in that time. Mongrana trying to come forwards here. They've got the cheese on the Razor. They've got the Aegis on the Troll. It's looking like an impossible fight right now as the BKB pop. No one. He's trying to take the damage off Kuman. Here, Kuman, the 4 stuff, not enough to break that static link. Kuman is going to be a non-factor for a long, long time now. And Ramses can just get to work on these barracks. Gun for the range racks now. Only one set left remaining. Where's this Ravage? It's here in 9 seconds. They don't have BKB on no one, but they do have the cheese. If they want to go for the kill, they have to get him immediately. The Echo Slam comes in onto 2. Templar Assassin in some trouble. Kuman, she just fought back and she gets disarmed. No Fear's going to get picked off on the backlines by Ramses with that BKB. The wall comes in. Are they able to get out? Yes, they are. Kuman actually running forwards. He's got the Fisher for himself here. Kuman coming forwards. Just trying to control up the Earthshake on the background, but Kuman, he's looking for bigger and better things, but unfortunately bigger and better things is running away. He's going to TP himself out. Do they have any interrupt for it? They don't. They do have a lot of damage. It was close, but not enough. And in the end, they end up getting absolutely nothing. VP take 2 lanes of barracks and get out without losing a single hero. So good.
Roger did pop the refresher shard though to be able to get out. At least they're using something on VP. At least, you know. I'm trying to pass, you know.
That's a very thin silver lining right there.
Echo Slam's pretty big.
True.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's it is not looking good for Winstrike, has to be said. 24k behind now.
But if there's a way back into the game, a double damage TA, sorry, is certainly it.
Double damage PA would be helpful.
Yeah, if they summoned a PA from nothing, that'd be pretty sweet. So what do they go for here? The meld hit bash? Yeah, they go for the meld hit bash.
Yeah, that's any kind of late game control is really nice. And this is what I was saying before.
Is that a BKB penetrating bash?
I would assume so. I mean, this late game bash on Pangolier is so ridiculous as well. I was saying before that I always forget how good it is. And then you see it and you're like, okay, well, the fight's over now. It takes us one big catch here on one of the cores and...
No one. Roger, Solo, they're all smoked up here, ready to go. Want to jump in. Shaker's ready. He's looking for it. And in comes Pasha, rolling forwards. Lil, 4-staffed out of the action, but their tower is now being hit. Ramses getting the damage on down to about 50% HP. The tower is crumbling, the tower is demolished. They're onto the racks now as well. They need to do something about this. Nongrada's coming forward, but he's just taking up so much damage. He has the Ravage, he's going to have to throw it out here. The BKB is already out from the Razor and the ultimate as well. Warlock just running forwards, woken up by the Abaddon. In comes the Echo Slam and is BKB off from TA. She's got the double damage, but she's also been disarmed for half the majority of it. And now Ramses, well, he's a little bit stuck here. He has got the ultimate, but he's got the Aegis, so he's going to wait for that to go down first. Meanwhile, the final barracks are being taken. It's going to probably be a Mega Creeps defense game if they can even hold out after this. As Ramses comes running forward, he's got the BKB, he's got the ultimate as well. He just chops up Silent, chops up Kuman as well, and there's your GG being called. Virtus.pro will take this game. It was a long one, 44 minutes in, but they will defeat their former captain. Lil goes down, and Virtus are victorious.
That was well played by VP. They held on to this game really well. They understood how, what they needed to do to win the game.